Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. I am here today to show you this fun project using normal 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, either digitals or ones that you've already got, or bigger sheets cut down to 8.5 by 11. I'm always looking for something fun to make out of 8.5 by 11s because I have a ton of them. I showed you in a recent video. I don't know why you're there. Oh, that's right. You're using as a fold as a sample that I got from Joanne Fabrics years ago. I have a ton. Not to mention any digitals I might have that are 8.5 by 11 to start, or 12 by 12s to cut down. But the only thing that can be a little bit of a frustration when you have the 8.5 by 11s is they've got white on the back. So I do have an answer to that. But this is a quick fold, quick cut project. I did see it on Ann Kennelin's YouTube channel, but she also referred it that somebody else had it, and I'm sorry, off the top of my head, I don't remember what channel it was. So I will try to remember to link either Ann's channel that did this or the person who originally did it, but she does say who it is for it. So it's not my specific idea, but I just loved it and I had to show it. So the way this got folded, and I don't remember if she added this stuff to it, but this is how I interpreted it to do it. So we're going to pretend this goes on a page. So when I show you how to glue it, I have it so that there is, two pockets for this. There's a pocket up here and there's a pocket down here. But the way that I glued it, I'm going to include a pocket that goes through here. And as you can see, it goes through there that you can put something inside. Now you can also glue it down, two sides, top and a bottom, to have a belly band, or glue it three sides and have a side tuck for it. But I thought it would be fun to be able to put a little bit of a tuck in here. Now I did only glue it across the top here that I'll show you, so that it does kind of go through like a huge belly band. But if you wanted it to be a tuck, you could definitely glue it so it got stopped and didn't go any further. But yeah, so I thought that would be kind of fun to do, to be able to stick, a whole bunch of stuff in there. Two pockets here, and then however many pockets, depending on how you glue it. Side pocket, back pocket, etc. So let me show you how I did these. They could not be simpler. All right, so we have an 8.5 by 11, and again, white-sided. Now, if you've got double-sided stuff, this would work too, but I'm going to show you what I did for the white side part. So you're going to take the short end, and you're going to just fold it up however deep you want this little flap to be. So it's about an inch, maybe, yeah, it looks like about an inch. So I'm going to fold that side, just going to crease it with my bone folder, and I'm going to fold this side. Simple so far, right? Very simple. Okay, so those are folded. Now we're going to take this 8.5 by 11 and we're going to fold it into itself. And we're going to try to do it straight as possible. And it's a little off there, but I did that off on this, and I just threw a little ink on there so you wouldn't see it. Okay, so there is that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a slit in this center part so that it gets a little easier to fold up. Now, you could, I've seen it where you can just cut the slit there, but I find it easier to fold it and then just kind of do a bit of an angle slit from the bottom to where that fold is. Just do a bit of an angle slit, kind of make it like a, what's it, like a library pocket top? Coin pocket top. So I'm just going to do that on this side so that there is two angles. And I'm going to do the same with this side. Here's, I have something sticky on my scissors. All right, we're going to trim that, and we're going to trim, whoops, fold it. We're going to trim that. Yeah, there's definitely something sticky on here. All right. Okay, so you can do this one of two ways. You could remove one of these flaps to get rid of it, but I decided to fold it under to glue it to give this pocket, might be hard to see, but give this pocket just a little bit of strength in there for that. So what you need to do is you need to glue two opposite pockets. So you glue those two, or you glue those two, doesn't really matter. We're going to get our little glue spot here, and we're going to glue it down. All right, we're going to glue this side and glue it down. And we'll do the opposite side and glue it down. All right. Boom. Okay, put that away for now. Now, if you do not mind, the whiteness, you could do the folds that I'll show you in a minute, and be done with it. So it's going to get folded. But if you don't want the whiteness, this one I did add a bit of a stencil to. You could stamp it, you could watercolor it, you could do just a ton of stuff. But I am going to stencil it. All right, there we go. Just going to use some squares with some sort of circles and go from there. All right, now I'm going to open it and I'm going to stencil a little bit below where that is, just so if you go to look in, it's a little bit lower. Fairly simple, right? All right, there we go. Boom, done. And we're just going to go ahead and stencil this side. And there we go. Pretty straightforward, right? But again, if you don't want to stencil and you want to stamp, put some grungy background, you could do that. So just lots of options for it. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of edging on there, just to soften the top up. There we go. Okay, and I might need that. I'll need that in a second to do the sides if I want to. All right, so once you've done whatever you want to have in there, you just need to glue it closed. So we're just going to fold it, and we're going to glue it closed. Now, I'm going to put some glue from the top of this pocket down about halfway, and then I'm going to do it on this side. And the reason I decided to do that way was because I wasn't sure how far do you go up. I didn't want to go too far up, and I just got glue on my stencil. So just kind of did like half and half, just to make sure it didn't go too high. All right, so that is glued. And like I said, there's a little bit of white showing. I'm just going to take just some rest of that ink that I did the stencil with. And we're just going to throw a little ink on there. Beautiful. Okay. Now all you have to do then is take this bottom and fold it up to be the second pocket. Now I did this one, I think I folded it at 7. I did it at 7 inches because it's like a full page. But you definitely can vary how far you want it to go. I mean, it could be really high and make a small one. You can do shorter, but just like I said, make sure it's not too long, that it'll be longer than the page. Like that would be 8, which is pretty far, but that's why I thought about 7, 7.5 is a good mark for it. So eyeball it, measure it, however you want to do it. All right, and we're gonna bone fold because that is now a couple layers in there. All right, so to make this pocket, all I did was take some of my art glitter glue and I put some glue on the top. Now, again, if you didn't want to do it that way, you don't have to. You could glue the two sides down and make an additional pocket there. Whoops. But I thought, why do an additional pocket when there is one here? So I thought it'd be fun to do it this way. Because like I said, not only do you have, I think you're too big. I lost my postcard. There it is. Like, not only do you have the one that goes in here and the top, you also have one that goes through the side. Like, how fun is that, right? And this is a pretty nice size journal card. This is about 5.5 by, just shy of 4. So folding it, and if you have something specific you want to put in there and you want to measure that, to go ahead and do that. But there you go. And like this one, I put some decorations, some labels, a little like a succulent plant green on there, and match that. You can put a little bit of decor on there. That would be fun to go on there. I just saw it sitting there. Yeah. I'll have to save that with that one. Have to add some decor. All right, so now I'm going to show you just one more time, because this is pretty simple, with a digital. And so here is a digital that I printed. Now, the only thing that I would say, and I didn't mention this earlier, is if you remember when you're folding these pages, that if there is words or pictures, since you are folding up, they could get reversed. So things that don't have a definite way, not alteration, a different direction, then you don't want to pick that. You want to pick something a little bit more generic. All right, so this was a digital, but it had the white edges because I can't print borderless on my printer. So in the end, this one ended up being, it's like 8 1/4 instead of 8 1/2. And it is just shy of 11. It's 10 3/4. So not too huge. But since this is not really something that needs to be measured, it was not a big problem. So again, we're just gonna fold it to end. Trying to do it straight. I only open it up to fold this way because it makes it a little easier to fold than trying to fold the in half with the pockets folded without them being cut. So there we go. And scissors, we're going to go ahead and once again, we're going to cut this. Now I'm just doing the slightest angle. Now if you wanted a bigger angle, cut it how far you want. I'm just cutting so slightly off. As you can see, it really just is a little bit coming off those sides. But if you wanted to make it more tag shaped, you could definitely do it. All right, you got that fold and that fold. All right, so, and I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter which side you do. The last one I did that side and that side, so this one we're going to do this one and the other one. You just got to remember to do opposites. That really is the only prerequisite for this. Do the opposite. And there you go. Now, if you want to figure out beforehand, you know, if you're going to want to do it that way, you want to do it that way, you want to do it that way, which I might, because then that'd be fun in the front, just to figure out which, if you have any orientation of something to do. All right, I'm going to do it that way. So that's going to be the top. And I'm thinking of doing some script, just because it kind of has an ornate look to it. I think a script might be fun. So, like I said, something different than stamping or than stenciling. All right, which way is up? This way is up. Okay. There we go. I don't know if I went high enough up. Let's go a little bit more out there. I want to make sure it goes into the pocket a bit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this. Now I'm going to probably hit a little bit on this, but since that folds in and it's the back side of a pocket, no one's going to see that I went. Yeah, see, I thought I did that. Okay, it survived. And I'm going to take a little bit of ink and distress it a little bit after this. Okay, so that's upward, so that's upward, so that is the top, just to make sure I was doing it correctly. All right. All right. And Hopefully I inked up high enough on this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's get rid of that ink a little bit. I can't find my wipes. All right, so I wanted to just ink this, grunge it up a little bit. Since that paper is pretty white, just gonna, and you could probably just do this too if you wanted to. Just add a little bit of old paper or tea dye, coffee dye, something to it. Yeah, that looks much better. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's put that away. And once again, we're going to glue with the art glitter glue. And I'm going to go from the top of the pocket, about halfway down, top of the pocket, about halfway down. And close. Now, if you did want to cut a thumb hole out of it, do that before you glue. That would be an option. But then again, make sure you do whatever little decoration you want in there. Make sure it is far enough down. And probably could have went ink that edge a little bit too before. Okay. And in this case, I think I'm going to put it a little bit lower just because I want to see that design. So that's about 7 and that's about 7 1/4. Yeah. It'll leave a little bit less area to do some sort of decoration, but I just kind of want to see that fleur-de-lis that's on the back of that paper. Give it its own little pattern. And I am still going to glue it so that it is a tuck pocket in there. It will just be a tinier, something smaller would go in there as a tuck pocket versus something bigger. But yeah, you got that, and that one. And again, how you glue it onto a page. You could have a full-blown pocket going in there, or even if you did want to glue, they have 3 coming up. But I think it's always fun to, if you've got some ups, to be able to put some sideways in there, really kind of not have them overlap too much. I think that's kind of fun. And I think I was going to, I folded that up, just put a little ink on that bottom. I love that one. Yeah, that one turned out nice. I'm glad I decided to stamp it than doing the stencil on that. Not that I don't mind the stencils, but this is a little bit more grungy paper. This is a little bit more happy, fun paper. Same with this, a little bit more happy, fun paper. But again, all just one-way kind of looks, not no words on them that can go upside down, no pictures, no, animals that would be upside down. Yeah, I love it. Very fun. Okay, well, I think I'm going to finish this video here. Add these to my to-do pile to decorate later for things. Either I did decorate one, but, add these to do at some point later. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So I appreciate seeing Anne do this video, and the person who did it originally, you never know where these things come from. But yeah, I just thought I'd show my little take on these. And yeah, it's very quick and easy to do. And hopefully you can take away from this idea and make it your own. And like a lot of people said in my, most recent 8.5 by 11 videos, that you all have a lot of that paper too that's one-sided, and always looking for ideas to use the one-sided papers. So here's another one. I hope you enjoy. All right, if you did, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm always trying to add some fun new things and things I've seen with my twist on it. and simple, easy projects to just have some fun and do some crafts. That's what we're here for, right? A little bit of fun. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks so much for stopping by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.